Great to see everyone and be back another season. So I appreciate everyone coming out for our exhibition game. And obviously, I think Maryville's a really good team. They showed that the other night when they beat Missouri. And they showed it tonight. They're very dangerous. We did not want to give them 10 threes, but they make you pay. Any little mistake and you're not out there. There's times we even had a high hand and they hit threes in our face. So we got to continue to work on that. I think this was a good test for us because of how they played and how they spread you and they're just trying to create long closeouts, beating you off the bounce and then and getting you in rotation. So proud of how we responded in spurts defensively and did a good job there for a while, taking away those threes. And and then they made a couple mistakes, but overall, I'm happy with us. We just got to continue to learn. It's going to just be a process. I told these guys down there, it's a process because we're still trying to figure out lineups, still trying to figure out, everything really with a young group. But these two guys next to me was really proud of their effort and how they played. And obviously with Cece being a freshman and first time out there, and then Gretchen, not playing really that much last year and only 8 games. It was just good to get them back, get her back, get Cece out there, get our freshmen out there, play in front of a crowd, get some of those nerves and jitters out. But we'll learn from this and we'll just continue to get better.
Questions for our players? Go ahead and raise your hand. I know we got some new people in here. Please introduce yourself and then ask your question.
Yeah, Cece, what was that like for you? I know you were here in January and last semester to finally be able to get out there and have that.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I was super nervous before the game. I had like butterflies. But once I kind of settled in, it was pretty easy. I was pretty comfortable out there. But yeah, I think coming in January is a big advantage. So yeah, it was great.
This question's for Gretchen. Daniel Thompson with Basketball Society. What's it like to go from a sophomore to one of the elder stateswomen of the team in the course of just one off season?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Just we're such a young team, so it is weird now that I'm the only one who's been here the longest and one of the oldest besides Gisela. So it is different, but I just tried to take what those seniors left and imply that into this team.
Thank you.
CC Giovazelli from the Champaign News Gazette. Just the to do it in multiple ways for yourself, rebounding, and then also impacting and scoring. I mean, just how good is that for you to get that start, and do you feel like that's how you can impact this team moving forward?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's best for me, just to get those hustle points. That I think will get me started. Coach Green tells me this sometimes. So, yeah, I think just getting those hustle points will lead to me hitting threes or just getting my shot going. So, yeah.
Yes. Gretchen, what were your impressions of Cece, and when did you kind of know that she was able to do some of this stuff?
I think right when she got here in January and she started practicing, right away when she was in practice, she was confident and she was herself, and I was like, okay, she's going to be really good. And I think her coming early really helped her, and you would never be able to tell that she's a freshman. She's out there and she's just being herself. She's just so versatile, so it's hard to guard her and take things away. So I'm just really proud of all the information she's taken in, how she comes to practice every day.
This is a question from me here, Erie Martin, reporting for Journalism 161. This question is for Cece. Does the speed of the game feel different than how, maybe high school has felt, or even the practices that you've had?
Yeah, for sure. It was. I went from playing in a high school game to practicing college 2 weeks later. So it was a big adjustment. I say the speed, the pace, the physicality, it's all different. So it was a big adjustment, but I think I've kind of settled into that now. So yeah.
Nice. And how does that overall feel for this performance to be a 20-point double-double?
It feels great, to be honest. So yeah.
Brad Sturdy with the Illini guys. Either one of you can take this. Defensively, you guys held a team that scored 90 against Missouri to 60 points. What do you guys see defensively that you're able to do to kind of slow these guys down?
I think just like stopping the ball and winning like what we call our two dribble war, keeping them in front of us and then having a high hand. I think we did have some lapses, which you saw like that they made us pay in, but I think just our principles and sticking to our principles each possession and being consistent in that.
Gretchen, you've been here when there's been so much known on this team. So what did you learn about your team with some relative unknown and so many new faces tonight?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, I don't know. I just think that they're all just, they really want to be like really good. I think that like they take in information so well, and whatever you tell them, like they're going to like implement that into the next play. And I think that's so great with a young team. For us leaders that have been here, we're just trying to like take what the seniors left and really lead them and talk to them. But I think that they just do a great job with like keeping a level head, and they never get too high, never get too low. Like I said, you never really would be able to tell with these freshmen that are on the court that this is their first college game. So,
Gretchen, Shauna kind of talked to us the other day just about meeting with you and Barry and about the different things that you're going to be asked to do leadership wise, and just kind of what was those conversations like, and how much have you kind of, the two of you kind of taken ownership of this team and building off of, like you mentioned, the seniors and what they were able to accomplish?
Yeah, I think me and Barry and Jazz, with her being here last year, we all know that we need to take on that leadership role and that we're going to have a bigger role this year on the court, and whatever that may be. If it's scoring on one night, it's scoring. If it's defending, whatever it may be. But I think the coaches and Coach Green does a great job in just instilling confidence in us. Like, obviously, we've never been in this position before, but she's letting us know that, like, we can do this and we're meant to do this. So, it comes from them, and then we're able to implement that.
Tristan Thomas, WCIA. Gretchen, for you, missing time last year, how much was, tonight a night you were looking forward to, just getting back on the floor?
Yeah, it was so great. It's been a while, and I just miss being out there on this court and with my teammates. So I just give a lot of the credit to the people who are around me every day, my coaches, support staff, my trainer, and my teammates, just for all the support that they've given me in the last few months and getting me back out on the court.
This question is also for Gretchen. You had 10 points in the second half, and you only missed one shot. Did you feel yourself hitting the groove there coming out for the second half of play?
A little bit. I mean, I think I just was taking the shots that I saw were open. I had way too many turnovers tonight, so that needs to be better. But yeah, I think the shots that I was hitting, I was open, and they were just the plays that we were running that got me those shots. So.
Everybody good for our student athletes? All right, thanks, you guys.
Thank
Good job,
you.
you guys. Enjoy your day off.
Thanks.
Days off.
You too. Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thanks, Gretch. My present will be delivered tomorrow from you. Okay, I'll be waiting.
Go ahead, raise your hand. Questions for Coach? Go ahead, Brad, and we'll go Joe.
You have, last year you ended the season basically almost playing 5 players. Now you've got a girl who was second team All Big East coming off the bench. What's that depth do for you?
Yeah, I'm not used to it, to be honest. I have some options, and I love Maddie coming off the bench because I love the spark she brings and instant. She struggled a little bit tonight she also didn't practice the other day because she's just dealing with a little bit of an injury, nothing major, but just we're trying to rest her a little bit. But I love having her come off the bench. And that first scrimmage we had against our guy practice players a couple weeks ago, I had Destiny and her coming off the bench. And then you bring her, Destiny, Letty off, like you get some really good instant offense and instant defense. So that's the thing. There's so many starters that I could start, so many different people. But the depth has been good. Knock on wood, we can just continue to stay healthy. And so we can continue to utilize that. But it's nice to be able to, and once we get Aaliyah back too, then we can throw different people. It's nice Jazz can bump over to that point guard. In a couple practices, we had Maddie play some point. So it's just nice to have some versatility right now. And again, I'm learning lineups. I'm learning who's best with who, what's our best defensive lineup. I didn't really have options last year. We had to go with it.
How do you put Cece's game in perspective tonight, and what stood out about the way she did things more than anything to you?
I see her every day in practice, so I know what she's capable of doing, and I know that, I say it just like what Gretchen said, recruiting her and then getting her here last year, you could see how good she could be. She is so versatile. She can do so many things. And my big thing with her is about the physicality and being, stronger down low and getting on the boards. And she did that. She did that great tonight. So those were some areas I know she can score. I know she can score at ease. But the rebounding was what I'm most happy about. For her to have 13 rebounds is big time. She got to the free throw line. I've been talking to her about manufacturing points and really being aggressive. She likes to fade a lot, and now you saw she wasn't fading down there. She's going up strong. She's drawing fouls. And when she gets in a rhythm and when she gets that confidence going, she's special, and you saw that with some of our stuff. We can pick and pop her. We can ghost her out of stuff. I think she can cause a lot of matchup problems. Now, as we get into Big Ten play, though, it'll be let's see how can she guard a five? Can she guard a five? And what does that look like? Still unknowns, but really proud of her. Really happy with her, and she's someone that just really puts a lot of work into the game and mastering her craft.
Hi, Shauna. I'm Laura with the Daily Illini, and I know yesterday you talked a little bit about getting Letty back out there. Mm-hmm. How do you think her performance today kind of sets her up for the rest of the season?
I thought Letty was great. I thought she was solid. I thought she was really good in our scrimmage on last Saturday. So in her two performances, she's been really good. Again, she's just solid. Like, it's so nice to be able to have some length to protect the rim. It allows our guards to be able to get up a little bit more, especially against a three-point shooting team. I just kind of kept her home a little bit and protect there unless it was a ball screen or her guy got the ball. I'm telling her to stay, kind of stay in that half circle and do her job down there. And then, she finished her shots that she was 2 for 2. She got to the free throw line, was 3 for 4. I'll take that. If we can just continue to get her minutes up. She played 15 minutes. If we can get that to 20 but she doesn't even look tired really when she's out there. So I think she's in pretty good condition. It's just, getting her back. I don't want to rush it. I don't want to keep her out there too long. I'm just kind of trying to build kind of her endurance. If we can get to 5 minutes straight with her, that's really, really good.
Coach, you put the ball in the hands of a freshman point guard, Destiny Jackson. What is it about her where you feel comfortable giving her the ball, letting her go as a starter at point guard?
Yeah, you saw. I thought she does a lot of great things. She only had 2 turnovers and with their ball in their hand, for 32 minutes. So that's good. She defends at a high level. She's still learning. She's still learning a lot of different things. Literally in the game, we're talking to her about things learning. And she takes it all in. She's so coachable. All these guys, this team is so coachable. Gretch said it. They don't get too high, too low. They don't take stuff personal. They want to be coached. They want to be coached hard. They love the game. So it's really fun. So, I trust Destiny with everything. And I know she's going to be just an amazing player here. I thought she ran our team well tonight. And we'll look at film and find everything she needs to clean up and all the good things she did. And we'll watch that with her. You can't find 2 point guards that watch more film than Aaliyah and her. They're constantly watching film. So we'll learn from it. She'll get a lot better from this game. But I trust her. I have extreme trust in Destiny.
Hi, Shauna. I'm Breeder with the Daily Illini. You ran a lot of different lineups tonight. I know you're trying to sort of figure out what's going to work as the season goes on. What was one lineup that you were maybe really impressed with, and what do you look for when you're trying to make those combinations?
Yeah, I thought our starting group was really good. I thought that we had a good start defensively. We forced some turnovers early when we were in a certain defensive coverage. I liked with Letty out there too. I thought she was a good look, and we had different combos with her. So I got to go look at the analytics and see, we have all that of what line up and what's best defensively, what's best offensively, who's good together. This is the most that I've ever really dove into the analytics of it. We've used it obviously, but not as much as we will this year. And because of just so much newness and now so many options, I need to know, I already said in the locker room, though, they were telling me all the analytics that we got right after. I'm like, well, I still trust my eyes. I said a couple choice words in analytics, but I have to use it. That's why we went out and outsourced it, and we're going to utilize it a lot more for that reason. But sometimes your eyes don't lie, and you know.
Coach Green, Daniel Thompson, Basketball Society. I heard you at one point call out your offense and say 2 reversals. And I was just curious what east-west movement does for your guys' offense and why is that so vital to your approach as a team?
Yeah, it's huge. That's another thing that my analytics are going to tell me how much more efficient we are when we get ball reversal. And, it's a young team. Shoot, our team last year, I would, if we have an open shot, I'm fine early. But, we were forcing a lot, and we didn't let our offense work. So we've been working that a lot in practice, just get 2 reversals, let it work, especially the offense that we're in. That's our continuity that I wanted to really, make someone guard us instead of forcing a quick shot. So the numbers, have shown that we've been way more efficient when we're getting 2 reversals. So I got to put that on them now to tell them that, because since the youth, they don't understand sometimes what that means for our offense and the, how much more productive we are. So that's why I've just implemented that. And, again, I told them, I think we scored almost every time we did get 2 reversals and when we were in that offense.
Yes, Coach, staying, happy early birthday, by the way. Staying on the topic of your young players, this is about half of the players here are new players. Just how do you feel about what you saw from the new ladies a little bit more, especially with your top performer being a freshman?
Yeah, we're young, right? There's no way around it. So this is who we are, and I got to embrace it. You saw Cece didn't even check into the game. When she went in, they're young, they're nervous. It was funny. It's like you got to check in. So they're so talented. Again, they're so hungry. There's going to be times where, they make mistakes, but there's going to be times where they don't overhype a moment because they are freshmen and they may not know any better with stuff, or they are young. So I'm really proud of their learning and how they've approached and attacked everything that we've thrown at them. Like Gretchen said, they really do. They understand. We don't have to tell them. They learn quickly. And plays, we run a lot of stuff. We don't have a lot of it in, but we run a lot of stuff, and they have picked up everything really, really quickly, which is, that's hard for freshmen. So overall, I'm just really happy with where they're at, but obviously not satisfied.
Shauna, given what you guys do in Phoenix and Destiny's speed and skill set, how much can transition just be an outlet for her to get some easy points and kind of settle into games?
Yeah, you saw that tonight. She got to the rim a lot. She just missed some of those tonight. She made those on Saturday, so that'll come. I thought they were good shots. I loved her aggressiveness. She can go, and so if she has a go until you're stopped, which is something we talk about all the time, I want her taking those. A couple times maybe she forced it in some of the sets, but that's gonna we'll get there. So I thought I liked her aggressiveness. She missed some of those shots that she's gonna make.
Shauna, just this last month, official practices, playing an exhibition, secret scrimmage, just how much have you learned about your team and what does that process look like for you?
Yeah, I told you guys, and I've said it, millions times. It's like I literally learn, and I'm not exaggerating. Every day, I learn a million things new about them, good, bad, and everything in between, right? It's just I've never had a team this young in my career, probably my whole career, and especially as a head coach. I've always had, those veterans that you can lean on. So, it's just Like they drive me crazy some days, but I love them so much because it's refreshing and it's fun and there's so much unknown, and I think our ceiling's so high, like of what we can become. Like Cece, you know, like everyone's like she had such a great game. She did. Like I think her ceiling's even so much higher. So, and this is so early. So everyone, Gretchen, you know, Gretchen's all mad about, and she did have too many turnovers, but like this is their thinking. So like they're so driven. We're going to continue to get better, and they put the work in. So yeah, I know I can't tell you what I learned because I learned so many new things about them. It's funny because like you guys were saying, oh, well, you held them to only 60 and they just scored 90. And I'm pissed. Like, I'm like, I don't feel like we really defended them that well. So thank you for being positive and thinking that and telling me that we held them to 60. And it should have been 58 if we wouldn't have fallen asleep on the last baseline out of bounds defense, right? So, but that's why we, like every day, we're trying to be elite defensively. Every day I got to get these guys to understand that you can't take possessions off. And we should have, think about some of those threes they got. We could have, that was on us. We fell asleep sometimes. Give them credit because they nailed them. Like they hit open threes. But I think we should have held them in the 50s. So that's just our mindset defensively. But I needed that, so thank you.
Coach, Zach Shapiro, UI7 Newsroom. I'm going to ask you about atmosphere. You noted 4,000 people in attendance. You know, how does, having a energetic, say, public address announcer fuel the crowd to fuel your team?
That's an interesting question, but we need energy. You guys have, since I've been here, I keep pressing. I think 4,000 on an exhibition is great, but I want 8,000 every night. Like I get greedy when it comes to that. So I thought Orange Crush was great tonight for an exhibition game. I thought they had a good outing and they were supporting us. And, I challenged them the other night that we needed them. They have the Orange Crush, right, is the best for men's basketball. I think it's one of the best, if not the best in the country. And I want Orange Crush to be the best for women's basketball. And I told them that. And I thought they were good for, an exhibition game. And I know that they're going to show up. And this crowd was great. We need to keep whoever, I don't care who gets them energized. Let's keep it coming. So announcer or whatever. If I have to, start doing stuff, hyping them up, I'll do whatever.
Coach, you haven't had a lot of size here. You have more size this year than ever, probably. Is there an adjustment you have to go through offensively to kind of integrate that? I think we saw a few more post-ups than we've seen in the past year. So.
No, not really, because I think the biggest adjustment for me is like actually playing more than one post. KB literally played 40 minutes and she could. I told you guys that for 3 years. It's like unheard of. A 5 player that can play that long and be that productive. And so now I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have KB there. So that's the biggest adjustment. I think just learning how and who and when. But then when Letty's in there, obviously we need to get the ball inside too. So some of the things, a lot of the same plays, I'm trying to utilize when she's in there, try to feed her as much as we possibly can. And we have to work some doubles too, especially against some of these non-conference teams. They were just collapsing in on her. And we haven't really worked that yet. So we're going to we can get some stuff out of kickouts and doubles. I didn't think we did a great job of our second and third options in our offense. We over-dribbled, we over-penetrated. We were trying to get downhill, which is great, and that's what I asked them to do. But how many times we had pass back, kick out opportunities, and that's part of the progression. We gotta, and I can't get, I'm happy because they were turning it and being aggressive, but they were collapsing in, and we gotta get second, third options out of our sets.
Cass Rodriger, 161. Coach, obviously tonight was an exhibition game. How much weight do you put on these exhibition games, and is preparation any different for you?
No, we prepared like it was a regular game, and especially, like I said, after you saw the score when they beat Missouri, I think everyone, all of our players like, oh shoot, we got to lock in here. So yeah, we prepare for an exhibition game just like it would be if we're playing UConn. It's the same exact prep, same mindset. We're focused on going 1-0 and only worried about that team. And, we're an exhibition game. Yeah, I want to learn about our team, but I want to win. I'm not here to lose games. I don't care. They keep and score, we're going to win, and we're going to fight to win. So, and we gotta keep our main guys and test them and see, how they respond in these situations.
A couple times tonight where they would make a run and it seemed like Gretchen or Barry just hit a shot and calmed down. What kind of safety net do those two give you with so much newness around just within the course of a game?
Yeah, both of them, I know they've been in those moments, right? So Barry, had been in those moments multiple times last year and hit big time shots in games. And she did that tonight. She made big plays when we needed her to. Gretchen, the same thing. We could run something for either one of them, and they always seem to make a play. So, we're going to need to continue to go to them in those moments, and they know that, and they'll continue to get more confident in it too. So, and it's nice to have multiple people that it's not just one person that everyone knows, hey, we're going to go to this person when we need a bucket. We have a lot of different options that we could go to, and that's a good thing. But both of those guys, I thought, really made some big plays when we needed them to.
Hi, Coach. My name is Anil Hooperkar, sports journalism major. You obviously take pride in your team's defensive tenacity. What things do you enforce every day, whether it's in practice or in game?
Yeah, that's a good question. Number one is we want to keep the ball in front. And at times we didn't do that tonight. So we want to defend the 3-point line at a high level, which we've done. Last year we were one of the top in the league and also in the country. We want to keep the ball in front, keep it out of the paint, and force contested shots. So we do that. Play 5 people guarding the ball. We do that, then we're in a position to rebound. So we talk all the time, defend, rebound, then we want to run. But you can't run without getting them to miss a shot, and you can't run without getting a clean rebound. So that's simplified version of who we are defensively. We're not going to be up in passing lanes. We do go to aggressive, which we started the game in. You saw that. But we don't do that a lot, but we will go to that every once in a while just to try to force people to start offense higher up.
All right, last one.
Hi again, Coach. In the first half of play, Maryville only had 4 points in the paint, and they finished with just 12. Was protecting the paint a big emphasis going into this game, or was it just something that just happened?
No, it's always, like I just said, that's our number one thing, core value-wise defensively, is keep the ball in front, keep it out of the paint, and especially against a 3-point shooting team, because if you get a blow-by and they get in the paint, now you're in rotation, now they're able to kick it out, and they get those open threes, or they force another long closeout, which is the hardest closeout in the game, and then they attack you again. So we talk and practice all the time. You gotta build a contest, a 3 on your closeout, but yes, you have to be in a position to contain. And at our level, you got to contain and contest. There's not many people that we're gonna play that we're playing off and playing them as a driver. So especially a team like this, they thrive in rotation, and we wanted to stay out of rotation. So again, the numbers make me feel better because I didn't feel like we did that great of a job in the middle of the game. So thank you guys. I appreciate you.